Hey, what's up, everyone? So we are here in Head Start. This is the end of it. So been getting a lot of questions about can you get land? How can a free player compete? If it's still viable for a free player to become a patron at launch. So I want to talk on that, and it totally is possible for a free player, to become a patron at launch and get land. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they are going to be releasing new servers. So you'll notice here these are all high Q, etc. And then this one right here is up. This is a new server that they just released 4 hours ago or so. So it's a brand new server, and they are going to be releasing new servers at launch. It's guaranteed, no question about it. They're going to see probably an influx of 1 million to 2 million players tomorrow, September 16th at the launch day. So the servers are going to crash. It's going to be overloaded. Everything will be on queue. But here's the thing. If you are starting tomorrow, September 16th, to make money, to get a good gaming experience out of Archeage, to potentially have the opportunity to own land, you don't want to be on any of these servers. Do not play on any of the Head Start servers. If you log on these, you're screwing yourself over royally. You're not going to get land. These servers, the first 6, 90% of the safe 16 by 16 land, or even PvP 16 by 16 land is taken up. There are spots still for large mansions and large like water housing and aqua farms, but it's getting scarce. The large housing will always be open because they require 300 Gilda stars and 500 Gilda stars, some crazy, insane amount of Gilda stars. But all the standard small housing areas are pretty much all full in those 6 servers. And that's going to happen the same thing on this Inoch server, the new one that they just opened up. And I wouldn't be surprised if within now the last 4 or 5 hours that most of the non-PvP zones have already been taken, because the downside with this is they have auction house clusters. So they have 4 groups, 4 servers in one auction house cluster, meaning that those 4 servers, so this server, I believe it's Kyrios, Naima, and I believe it's Arizona. Don't quote me on that, but I believe these 4 are in one cluster, so they're all shared. All the items on these 4 servers are shared. Again, I don't know if that's the exact server cluster. I do know that Tahyang isn't in that cluster. I think Tahyang and Ollo and Saraf are the other cluster. So they have different clusters. And from what XL Games or Tryon has said is that they're doing 4 server clusters in a bunch. So that way that the servers don't overload all the auction house transactions, and it's still not working because right now we have 3 in our cluster and the auction house is just crazy. There's a lot of lag, a lot of delay between things, and so adding another server to that, and that one is going to make the auction house even worse. And yeah, so they're going to make max of 4 servers per auction house right now. So as long as that stays the same, the next server that they add is going to go into our cluster, the Tahyang, the Ollo, and the Salphira, if that's the right cluster. Again, I don't know the exact cluster off the top of my head, so I apologize for that. You can check that out on the forums. But so that cluster right now has 3. The next server that they add is going to go to that cluster. You do not want to be on that cluster either, because that cluster has all the millionaires that have made hundreds of gold already, have characters. They can transfer all their items. So if they open up a new server right here, I can transfer all my items down to this 8th server, which we'll just call server X right now. So I could transfer everything to server X through the auction house. That is perfectly legal. You lose a little bit of gold and in the conversion. You lose about 10% gold, but you can transfer all your items. You can transfer money. You can transfer blueprints, houses. You can transfer everything through the auction house that is tradable. So I can start on the new server with a level 1 character and have everything I want. A farmhouse, 10 plots of land, a bajillion dollars. I can have all that as long as I had it on my old server here. And that's what some of the rich, filthy people are going to do, because they're going to go and take up the new land and the new servers. So forget about getting coastal beach land and any of the servers overlooking the nice ocean views, because the rich, filthy dogs that like to do, land baron stuff are going to go grab that land. They're going to transfer items from old servers. So forget about it. You're not getting the ocean view. You have a chance, though, because once the 8th server is up, so server X is up, now they're going to still need more servers. They're going to release more than one new server tomorrow for the launch. So throughout the day, periodically, they're going to release more servers. And so they're going to have server Y, and then they're going to have server Z. And server Y and server Z, they're going to have their own auction house cluster. So it's going to be a brand new one that's no one else is linked to it, and it's just going to be server X or server Y and server Z. Then they're going to add server F, and then they're going to add server A, and they're going to make that cluster into 4 servers. And so you're going to want to be, as a free player or a new player or even a patron that didn't get the land they want in Head Start, you're going to want to start in the new servers that they're going to create down here tomorrow. They may create, 10 servers tomorrow, 5 servers tomorrow. We don't know exactly how many, but they are going to create servers. There's no question about it. They have servers waiting in the wings. They're just being very conservative on releasing servers because they don't want to deal with merges. If merges pretty much don't go over well in this game because housing is not instanced, so everyone loses their house, they all get thrown into a new server, and it's a big battle royal, and that's a very, very big headache for everyone involved. So they do not want to have empty servers, so they're taking a very conservative approach on adding servers. So Head Start people, have these 7 servers right now. They're going to get another one shortly, if not today, Saturday nights, or excuse me, Monday nights. Then they'll get it tomorrow at Head Start. Do not pick whatever server gets clumped up together with the old ones. If you want a good, balanced, fair chance at getting land, at being a patron, at having just more a fair gameplay experience, do not go onto that 8th server. Go on to server 9, server 10, server 11, server 12. Go on to those servers. If server 8 is the only one available, if they only release 1 server, wait. Do not go on server 8. If you care at all about, a gameplay experience, do not go on server 8. That is the biggest tip and advice that you can get. Wait for a new auction house cluster. Wait for server 9. The servers are going to be bonkers tomorrow. There's going to be huge-ass queues. You can see right now there's a queue on this one, and the queues are going to be into the thousands. They are going to make new servers, so wait for server 9. Get server 9. As soon as it launches, get in there so you're not in the queue, or at least you're low on the queue. Like, this will be considered a low queue tomorrow. So we can try and go to this server, and you'll see the wait time. It's calculating, will probably be around 30 minutes. When the queue is like 3,000 or 5,000, which is going to be like tomorrow at launch, it's going to be a 2 to 4 hour wait. And you don't want to wait in 2 to 4 hours rather than just wait for a new server. Keep refreshing this. Keep refreshing your Glyph client, opening it up, closing it. Look on the forums. Wait for a new server. Get on that server as soon as possible. Because being in a queue for, say, 300 or 400, it's not the worst. The queues are going to be in the thousands tomorrow. It's going to be just insane. So wait for server 9. That's the biggest tip and advice I can give to you. And you can get land. You will be able to get land. You may not be able to get ocean coastline land on any of the servers because that's the first thing that goes is the ocean coastline land. But you can get land, and you can get land in a non-PvP zone. And if the PvP zones are starting to fill up, don't fret. You can still find little nicks and crevices for land in the safe zones. You just got to keep your eyes open, or you can always buy land from other players. And they haven't been going for that much money on the sales marketplace right now. But then be careful because you can get scammed. Because how that transaction goes is someone says they're going to sell you land. You come over there, you meet them. They're like, okay, I'll sell you the land. Give me the money. And you give them 20 gold or 50 gold. And then they're like, I'm not giving you land. Like, get out of here. You got screwed. There's no safe transaction there. You can potentially get screwed. So yeah, be careful. Wait for server 9. That's the biggest tip that I can give to you guys. And enjoy Archeage tomorrow.